Oh my god. Hello, boys. We are back. Back for Secret Invasion episode 4. They don't stop. The writers who wrote this show, go away. Please leave, never to return again. I don't like you. You've ruined far too much of our beloved Marvel franchise. I mean, you weren't the first to do it, but you continue to ride along that, same passage your forefathers have driven through for time immemorial. I don't know. Oh my god, what a shit fucking episode, dude. Episode 3 was bad because it destroyed Fury. This episode and it didn't even they've been destroying Fury for the entire show. This episode, and I thought they already destroyed Rhodey, but no, they didn't. This episode absolutely demolishes him. It's crazy. Oh my god, I'm so fucking angry. I can't even begin to describe just how upset I am at what they're fucking doing. It's absolutely atrocious. There are three main things that actually, plot wise, that happen throughout this episode. Alright, number one. The final fight between fucking Fury and his booty babe. Alright, whatever her fucking name is. Priscilla, Vara, Scylla, I don't care, his wife, whatever. That thing ends. Of course, nothing happens about it. The second thing, oh my god, possibly the worst thing that they ever could have done, and I can't believe it. Rhodey. Rhodey was a Skrull the entire time. Of course he was. Now it all just makes sense, doesn't it? Why he was such a bumbling asshole in episode 2. Of course. Big clap. Big clap for Disney and Marvel. Good job, guys. Absolutely. How long has he been a Skrull? We don't know. We just know he's a Skrull. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you. One last clap. Love you. Love you so much. Just kidding. Big middle finger. Fuck you. I hate you. I despise you and everything you stand for. Go Minecraft yourself. Oh my god. I can't believe they did that. Last thing. They killed Talos. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. They killed Ben Mendelsohn, possibly the best actor they had for one of their shittiest shows to date. Just fucking stupid. Listen, it's still, I say it's one of their shittiest shows. It's still not as bad as She-Hulk. She-Hulk is scraping literally the bottom of the barrel. It is so far down into the trench, the abyss of shit that to get there would be a miracle in of itself, right? The show is not that, but it is still the things they've done for this show have just been absolutely atrocious. This is one of them now. There's no real explanation. We're not even there yet. I honestly don't even want to go through the rigmarole of going scene by scene through this episode. I'm too mad to do that. I don't care. I really just want to talk about the absolute absurdity of making Rhodey a Skrull. Rhodey has been at a stand. What's the word? He's been in the trenches of the Marvel universe since Iron Man 1. Even though what's his face? We had different actors back then, right? But he's still tried and true character of this franchise, right? He's been there, and he's been in the Avengers movies as well, and he's been in a few other cameos throughout some other Marvel franchise movies as well. And to just turn him into a Skrull so haphazardly like this, with no warning, no foreshadowing, at all. They literally invented this show for him to be that, and they don't even explain in this episode how he became a Skrull. Where is he? Where's the real Rhodey if he's still alive? And what? How long has Rhodey been a Skrull for? How long? Since when? Literally, since when? because Rhoddy's like had so many things happen to him in the Marvel timeline, and then we had like a 5 year time skip. I guess maybe it was during that. I guess I would hope it was during the blip, but then Rhoddy was in Endgame as well, helping the Avengers. So it's just so fucking shit. I don't know why they did it. I guess I will go scene by scene as much as I can throughout this episode. Here we are. Last episode from episode 3. During let's just forget about Rhodey for now. Gaia died, got shot, pow 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 pow. She got gangbanged by her big booty, lover Gravik. Luckily for her, Gravik left immediately after just gunning her down. And I thought, I just would be stupid of me to believe in that episode that Amelia Clark's character would just die so offhandedly, so easily. No, before she died, she is alive. She just very conveniently took, way longer to heal than Gravik did with his knife wound. Now, this may be because of where the injury is. This may be because the injury to Gaia here is, like her heart instead of her, her hand. Is there, do different body parts heal different, like a different rate of speed? I would say no. This was merely a shock factor for the show to like, it was just like the cliffhanger of that episode, right? And then conveniently Gravik left till, he fucked off. And then, of course, Gaia would heal after that, like literally right after. And later in this episode, when Gravik gets shot, he heals immediately, and he gets shot in the face. Blows like Nick like blows his face open, and he immediately heals. So if Gravik just stuck around for let's say 5 more seconds, he would have found out that Gaia before leaving the compound here actually used his super machine. We see what she does here. She just gets one of the weird vials of whatever the fuck that give her superpowers, and then enters the super scroll machine, and then she gets super healing powers. There we go. Is that all these vials do? Whatever those. Yeah, I just hope they don't fucking explain at all. What it is, right? Or how they made these. Whatever. I'm just calling them vials because if I can get the scene here, this is it's very quick. It's right here. This is what she gets. She grabs one of these things, whatever they are. I hope they don't explain it, because whatever they're gonna explain about whatever this is gonna be no doubt more horrible than just saying, yeah, they have superpowers now. That's how bad the writing is. It's how absolutely atrocious it is. So whatever that shit is, whatever. This is the thing that apparently helps give them their super scroll powers, and apparently it's just more than super regenerative abilities, which is fine, I guess, to a certain extent. I guess they wouldn't be really super scrolls if all they had was a healing factor. They would need a little extra, in their arsenal for being the moniker of super. All right, that's okay. But the point is, Gaia's alive. All right, fair enough. I just like it. Like, what happened even during this scene, right? Like, how long did it take for her to do all this stuff? Because I remember from the last episode, she had the fight there, getting into this place. She fought 2 people, and then what amount of time was it? Did those people? Did she kill those guys, or did she just fucking knock them out? Convenience. Convenience is one of those things Marvel likes to use now to speed the plot along, obviously, so we don't have any problems in the future of our writing, right? It's just so second nature to them now. And this just isn't for their show. Obviously, all their other shows have this huge problem as well, coupled with a bunch of other huge problems. We all know. It's just ridiculous, right? One thing I also want to point out before I come along, the episodes thankfully actually have been getting much shorter. Let's give another round of applause. Thank God, because I don't think I could stand anything over 35 minutes of an episode before I want to blow my brains out from boredom. So thank God the episodes seem to be getting shorter last week and this week. That's all I can say about that. All right, we'll push along now. After that, nice introduction, the nice fake out death of Gaia and Amelia Clark. Really cool. Glad you did that, guys. I could have predicted that last episode. I thought it was weird that they killed her off like that, but I honestly didn't give a fuck. So what happens here in this scene? We get another flashback. If you remember, I believe the last flashback was in, let's say, what was it? 1998 when Nick was younger. Now it's 2012. This flashback is literally right after the a big Avengers first movie where Loki attacks New York, and now he's here in France, and he goes, and it's like Priscilla is here, or Vara, and she's just talking about, oh, like you've been doing these strange, weird things. I also don't understand why Nick keeps going into these very open places with people and with people with cameras. He's just here. Nick, you're like the super secret super spy. What are you doing at these very public places, meeting your very secretive, alien spies? Why do you keep doing that? Are you not afraid of being seen? Does it and you're in a foreign country right now too, so that's even maybe more concerning. I'm not sure, but it's just strange. Maybe your enemies might find you. Your enemies know who you are, certainly at this point, right? Pierce knows what you're up to. Does Pierce know about the fucking scrolls? I guess he does. I can't remember if Pierce was even in Captain Marvel. Whatever. I'm going on tangents. Gotta love tangents, everybody. Just gotta love them, right? Anyway, this scene is wholly not important at all. They do another one of these. Not impressed by whatever character development is supposed to happen here, because this scene doesn't really pertain to what happens literally right after this, which is the fact that they have their big fight, which is right here. Oh no, sorry, even before that, this is actually where we found out that RODDY is in fact a Skrull. We don't find out how long he's been here. He's actually the one who called Priscilla here to tell her to kill Nick Fury, and they have their whole dialogue about what's gonna happen, and it's just so weird. Anyway, Priscilla goes around listen, RODDY, or whatever. I don't have to kill Nick, and this is just even after they continue to just fuck on Nick Fury, dude. Even, his wife even and you see here, Nick actually listened to it. She's telling him Nick is a shell of his former self. He's shit. He's dying. He's not been the same with the blip. He's not the old Fury. He doesn't have power anymore. He'll die on his own if we just leave him alone. We don't need to kill him. And RODDY's stop telling me what you're not gonna do, and I'm gonna start doing what I will do. It's just okay. So basically, if you don't kill him, I'm gonna kill you. And she's at a bit of a quandary. Obviously, nothing bad's gonna happen here. Out of their fight, Priscilla's not gonna do anything to Nick. It's just weird character. I'm not even sure what her whole deal is about. Honestly, apparently, we'll get to that scene eventually. Anyway, before that, we go back. Fucking guy is just here now, wherever they are. She's met up with her dad. They're just talking. It's crazy. How did she get here, and how long did it take? Whatever, it doesn't matter. They just go over about. Talos is sorry that he's put his daughter in this position, which is totally understandable. She's it doesn't, none of that matters right now. The only thing I need from you is a plan. Daddy, please tell me the plan. Talos has a plan. She wants a plan for what are they gonna do for their home, right? Because Gravik has a plan. His plan is genocide the entire human race and create World War III, which would inevitably fuck up the entire planet, but and fuck all the resources. Stupid plan. Talos' plan, equally retarded. Okay, his plan is to just him Gaia and then Fury literally saved the world, stopped Gravik, just the three of them, by the way. No help from anyone else. Stop him, go to the president, tell him, here's our chips, we just saved the world, help us, be here on the planet, we'll help you, and that's literally it. He wants like a symbiotic relationship between, the scrolls and the people of the humans of the world, and we just have to keep showing them our heart and who we are. Obviously, guys like, you're retarded, that's a shit plan. I agree. I don't know why this is his plan, just to make Talos seem more like a idiot, probably. I mean, he's so Talos. I'll give it to him. He's super optimistic, like just like with faith alone, thinking that the humans will accept all the scrolls, even though they just the insurgencies of the other scrolls try to like kill everybody. Right? It's kind of incredible how he would think like this. But other than that, it doesn't really matter because he dies at the end of this episode. I don't care, and that's it's so very sad. They sort of just getting rid of Ben Mendelsohn was definitely a misplay. They should have kept him for at least like the final act of the show, not this episode. I guess so, like they're entering the low point of the series until like they hit the high point. Anyway, this is where we get into this weird conversation. I don't even know how to explain this conversation in any amount of detail. The things that Nick and his wife here say, where Nick is like, he knows he knows that she's there to kill him. She knows that now too, and they go through this weird phase of dialogue where Nick is just like, hooking up with you was totally a mistake, but I don't regret it, and maybe I'll never know you truly for who you are, but we're here now. And then they just both pull their guns on each other. It's fucking, they shoot. It's supposed to be this weird cut like cliffhanger where you think one of them has died. Obviously neither of them killed each other. They're both alive, and they just like, yeah, okay, we're both alive. Doesn't matter. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then they go off their separate ways. And Priscilla's like, yeah, would you have accepted me for my true self? Assuming that any sexy time they've had together means that it was never in her scroll form, or it was always like, um, maybe they never did anything like that anyway. Who knows? They don't really go into the super specifics about their relationship. Even like in these weird flashbacks and back to like the present of like their weird talks, it's just very confusing. I'm not sure about the real purpose of it, but I guess the real purpose is to like show us that she's still like on his team and they're still like together, which is okay. I honestly don't care about the relationship in the slightest. Her character was introduced for this episode, this series entirely, and they haven't done a very good job fleshing it out. They think they like those flashbacks are really like fleshing out like their character interactions. It's really not, and they're not really fleshing out that stuff in this like the present right here. So I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Oh, she also tells him the story about like how she acquired this body here. Heartwarming, kind of, I guess. I don't know. It is what it is. Doesn't really matter. It's just, the reason she chose that body was to like seduce Fury, as a way to like control him. But they're like, I just don't understand. Like, they're both super spies, so they got to go through this like game of, no, I'm controlling you, but I'm actually controlling you, but we both really have feelings for each other, and this weird like super manipulation tactics of their relationship. I just don't understand. Okay. It's the most complicated relationship in the galaxy. All right, that's what it is. Brilliantly boring. There you go. That's sums it up perfectly. All right, we push past this. Nick Fury just leaves, and we get a scene here. Apparently, Rhoddy's scroll is possibly a woman. Now, this, like, again, I question the anatomy of the scrolls. So what is it? So a female scroll can turn into a female and a male. So like when she turns into Rhodey, does she have a big flopping black bull hanging down from her bits? Is that what's happening when she transforms? Is she able to use it? Does this Rhodey? When did this scroll take over Rhodey? Like did this scroll like when did this happen? Did like Civil War, right? Did this happen like after Civil War, before Civil War? How long has this Rhodey been not Rhodey? All right, like how many like interpersonal relationships have been just like totally fake with like a bunch of our like Marvel cast, like Nebula or Rocket, or Tony, for fucking matter of fact, Tony. What? We don't know. They don't explain this. This is why it's so shit, right? Like everything's been. Who knows how long everything's been fake? Could have been since Iron Man 2 days. They could just come out and say it's been that long, and then that would be canon, right? That's how horrible this is. This decision is, with no foreshadowing whatsoever. This is just absolutely monstrously horrible. I can't believe they did that. Anyway, Nick comes in and just like totally fucking trusts up. He susses out Rhodey here and figures out he's a scroll, and that's about it. He like in they go through this thing. Rhodey thinks there's poison in this like super expensive bottle of like whiskey. Nick is like, hell no, man, hell no. Think I do you like that? Super hilarious. Doesn't matter. However, it's not poison. It's like a liquid tracker inside there. Literally tells him nanotext. That's literally what's in it. Rhodey falls for it, or not Rhodey, whatever Rhodey's like scroll name is, and he drinks it. Rhodey, threatens Nick with like CCTV footage of him killing Maria Hill, and he's like, "I'm basically gonna blackmail you." This is when he like totally just knows that Rhodey is a scroll. He doesn't like come out with it like outright there at that scene, but whatever. This is the last and biggest like portion of this episode as we come toward the end. The big fight here where Gravik is Rhodey here. Obviously he's not Rhodey, so he's aiming to kill the president, and it's just this weird battle where I feel like the president should have more of an entourage. They're in Russia, I believe, and then they believe the Russians just come after him and start killing them, and they all start dying. Luckily for them, Nick and Talos are also on the scene, like nearby, so they knew where they were going. Well, not luckily, they knew they were going because they put the tractor inside of Rhodey, so that's okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but they don't really help. Well, I guess they do. They do help. They rescue the president. It's just weird what happens here. I don't. The fighting, the action scenes, the very few action scenes we do get in the show. I believe this is like the third like big action scene, like other than like secret ops, like shooting people. This is like actual combat. It's pretty standard. Nothing too spectacular. Lots of explosions of helicopters blowing up and everything. And this is where, like, in the midst of fighting, we see Gravik do one of his like super secret new moves that look a lot like what I remember from the comics. I don't believe though that is what it is. Let me try and get it here. While that's happening, uh, he, Talos does get shot trying to free the president, and then he gets like once like he gets shot, he starts turning. Also, this guy's a scroll right here for some reason. I think I don't know why. I don't know if this is a mistake or maybe it's just his helmet, but he really does like. There was like that slight image where like he looked like a scroll, just really funny. Even though they're on the same team or something, who knows? Who knows? Everything's fucked up. Anyway, Talos gets shot and he starts like changing during he can't hold his transformation right. And I'm trying to get this scene where we like finally after they free the president. I think it might be before. No, it is before. I gotta get this scene where Gravik uses his like weird wood arm to just like completely crush a guy. So it seems that the vials are just more than just, like regenerative capabilities. They can do like more. I don't know how they're doing more, right? But they are. I don't want to like show this too much, or else I'll incur the wrath of the fucking Marvel. There it is, right here. This is where he uses his special power here. He just kind of out of nowhere grabs this guy and does that like a Groot move. I don't. I guess is he emulating and copying Groot? Possibly. I don't know how. Or is this just like a random fucking thing? I don't know. He can just do this. Honestly, better off if they don't explain it. He's a super scroll. Fuck it. That's fine, I guess. After Talos basically saves the president, Nick takes him, and then one of the guys, one of their allies, they think is their allies, is actually Gravik in disguise somehow in the battlefield. He just changed, even though everyone had eyes on him. Pretty funny. Talos is basically dead here. Nick Fury, though, don't worry. He just like up and like fucking blasts his face off. I already mentioned it. Let's see if we can how much of this we can like get away with here before I fucking like get a super strike. Have to like clip around my entire thing. Here we go. He just shoots his face. Let me just get it right here. Bam. He changes. Let's see when he gets shot. Right there. He just kind of he kills Talos. Talos is dead. Bam, the heart. Bam, through the face. Pretty disgusting. pretty, pretty fucking disgusting. Don't mind that though. Gravik doesn't accomplish his mission. He wanted to kill the president, and then he had Fury in his sights too, honestly. And he fails, and then Fury just kind of, he runs away after seeing this and just leaves Talos to die here. Leaves his body. That's pretty much the end of this episode. I don't know fucking where else they're gonna go from here. This was honestly, that's the end of the episode. This is honestly horrible. Like disastrously bad. It seems they keep doubling down. I believe I said that in the fucking last review as well. They're just doubling down on the shit, and it's so fucking awful. there's not much you can like actually compare it to. Like the feeling of like these characters you've known for a long time, and then them suddenly getting like this horrible treatment in just this one show, in one episode, being broken down so thoroughly. It's so disheartening, and I'm really sick of it. They've been doing this since Phase 4, and I know we're in Phase 5, but it seems they're still going with the old plan of fucking over our old beloved characters to bring in these new ones that no one really gives a shit about. It's exhausting. I don't, and it doesn't even help because it's not like the show's entertaining in the slightest. If it was entertaining at the very least, like like ridiculously like funny, like She-Hulk was, it was entertaining in a way, even though it was shit, and it could like keep my attention, even though it was like dog shit. The show doesn't have my attention at all. I'm constantly flipping through my phone when I'm watching the episode because I just want to, be done with it. I'm not having, there's no, I don't have passion to really watch it, but I have to, and it's just making me more upset because they keep fucking up all our characters. Oh man, who else are they gonna fuck up after this? Maybe RODDY again. Maybe we'll find out like how long it's been. They probably won't even go into that honestly because it's such a stupid fucking thing to even get into. They shouldn't have done that at all. Stupid. Anyway, terrible episode. Tell me what you guys think. All right, I think I'm done rambling. So have a good day, guys, and see ya.